Hello, this is Kelly, and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions. So today I just wanted to say, hop in here and just say a real quick little sound bite about the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. Oh my gosh, y'all. Why have I looked at this interview 2 times? Maybe even 2.5. Now, when you look at those views, just know that that I have accounted for at least 2.5. What is it? 2 hour? And it's almost 3 hour video, right? So I have contributed so many watch hours and 2 views into that video. I don't know. It was just delightful. So many things about Katt Williams I did not know. First of all, what I want to say is the first thing that I noticed, I was so happy to see Katt Williams get the accolades that I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily know about him, and a lot of people don't necessarily give him. I think, and I was thinking about this and wondering like why. When I saw the interview with him and the lady Wanda, where he, ripped her to shreds and whatnot, that day I was thinking, why doesn't she know more about him? If you're going to interview somebody, or if somebody's going to be on your platform or your panel or whatever, you need to know about the person. And I didn't know what all, his background has been. I really didn't even know. But I'm not interviewing him, so that's what that's what you're on these interviews for, so that the things that you've done can be talked about, can be shared with the audience, you're supposed to open up the platform to give that person an opportunity to talk about their accomplishments, and you should know their accomplishments. So one reason I feel like that happened, that whole debacle happened, or why I felt it happened in the first place, was because it's like you have a giant before you, but you're treating him so familiar. You're treating him like he doesn't have, or he hasn't made the accomplishments that he's made. So I felt like that's why him and Wanda had such a crash and burn. On this interview he did with Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay, he said that the problem came in when backstage he was told what they would talk about and what they wouldn't talk about. And then when they got on, on camera and on the radio, they started talking about everything that he had already thought they weren't going to talk about. So it's like you prepare somebody for the interview, but then you go in a whole other direction, or you don't keep the interview where it's supposed to be. So I wasn't necessarily right in what I always thought happened, but I do still think that's a valid point, that if you're going to interview somebody, you need to know who they are. You need to know, everything about their background that there is to be known publicly, and then things that you can't find or aren't publicly known or widely known. Those are the questions that you really go into and ask, because these are the things that people don't know about you. So it's kind of a playing both sides. Okay, we talk a little bit about the things that everybody knows. Then we ask you about things that nobody has heard before. And I just feel like Shannon Sharpe did such an extremely good job of I don't know, playing both of those sides like I just described, but also in letting Katt Williams just do what Katt Williams does, which now we know part of what he's going to do in an interview setting is set the record straight, at least from his perspective. So, it was funny. I don't know. I just loved it. I think I love his sort of poise, the way he handles himself. I love the way he answers questions, and he just takes his moments and thinks about things, thinks about the way that he wants to say things, how he wants it to come across. And he just, it's like he just lands that plane every time. Whether he is trying to be insulting, whether he is trying to be thoughtful and methodical in the way that he gives his answer. If he is trying to let everybody know that, someone compromises, I mean, he lands that plane. He lands the blows. I mean, it was crazy actually, but it was crazy in a great way. I love the way Shannon Sharpe was acting like, oh my gosh, he acted like he was sitting on the hot seat. It was just a really, really, really good interview, and I can imagine, everybody that he hit with his words and his statements. They're probably either, not that much fazed by it or outraged. But what I will say is that I think that he did a service to the content, to the industry of content, or to the content industry. It went in so many different directions. We can't help but to wait to see the fallout. Who's gonna say what? Who's gonna answer what? And so yeah, it was like, it to me, it feels like a content free-for-all, a frenzy. Like everybody can take this one interview and just have something to eat off of based on it. So for that, everybody could, that he spoke about anyway, and himself and Shannon Sharpe can be thankful. And if you don't want to look at it that way, then I don't know, because what's done is done and what's said is said. You might as well go ahead and look at it like, well, let me take this opportunity to entertain this audience of people who have come to see what I'm going to say about what he said. I mean, you might as well, because, we all heard it, all, however many million of people heard it, not one time, but in my case, even twice. So anyway, that's all that I have to say about that for right now. Anyway, it was just very, very enlightening about Katt Williams. I mean, so many things I did not know. about him running away from home at 13, being homeless, getting his start in the industry so early, his upbringing, his mental, fortitude, speaking other languages, reading in other languages. I'm completely blown away and impressed. So many things that people did not know, especially me. So anyway, that's all I have to say on that for right now anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.